Hello everybody. I'm here back to do my live Earth Day Stitch Along project. I'm doing it on the road. I'm in my car. There's my steering wheel. We're road tripping with my kid. We are on a college road trip and I took my project with me, and I'm going to stitch now in the driver's seat just to show you that this project is really, really simple and can be done anywhere. And my hair is waving in the wind because the fan is on. Okay, let me move that around. Okay, my handy assistant. Say hi. She didn't like me doing that. Oh well. All right, I'm going to turn my camera around so you can see what I'm stitching on in my lap. And my handy assistant is going to hold the camera. If you got any questions, pose them to me. She'll let me know. And let's see. Here we go. Okay, so here's my little piece of plastic. And I have 2 needles prepared. They were in my jeans right here. This is leftover thread. I just took the thread that I had with me, and I prepared this little piece of plastic. I think it came from a bottle of vitamins. It was one of those thingies from the top. And then I have this one that broke off of something. I don't even know what. So I'm going to this is the only strand of purple thread that I had. And I'm going to just stitch this like a letter C, like this in the middle. I'm just going to be very, very basic about it. I have a knot tied to the other end. It's just 3 strands of an embroidery floss. I don't remember what brand floss this was. This is all I've got of it. It's a very pretty purple. And I'm just going to do these random stitches, just holding it in place. There we go. And this thread is a little bit longer than what I usually like to work with. If you have it a little bit shorter, like about 20 inches, it's a little easier to work with, but I'm working with what I've got. I'm on a road trip, so this is just going to be what it's going to be. And I'm just taking, I'm not sure what this stitch is called. Well, right now it's being called tangled. There, I tangled it. Let me just untangle it. That's because it's too long. That's why it got tangled. I'm just stitching one stitch over and over, and I'm just trying to keep it in place. It's nothing fancy. Later on, when I'm in my studio later this week, tomorrow is going to be another road trip, but on Monday I'll be in my studio, and maybe I'll take some fancier stitches. Maybe I'll take a little more time planning it out, but we are really short on time this weekend, and I keep tangling this. Okay. It keeps being tangled. Uh-oh. I might be in trouble here. Okay. I have tangled it. So, here's what I'm going to do. Here we go. I'm just going to take this little tangle here, and I'm going to run it right next to this little plastic bit. And I'm going to keep stitching, and I'm going to tell you that was the plan all along. Let's make it a plan. It's going to become part of the plan now, because, you know, there's this famous saying, something happens. We all know what that word is. I'm not going to say it out loud. So I'm just inventing this as I go along. Now I have extra color here as I'm stitching this on. Almost done at the end of, I'm halfway through my C. We'll call it almost done. There we go. And maybe later on I will go ahead and add a few more things to these pages. I could see adding some machine stitching just on the outside. I wouldn't stitch over this big black plastic thing, the hard plastic, with my sewing machine. I like my sewing machine too much for that. But I will definitely, I could see adding a few outlines on the machine, free motioning or just going around along the edge. when I am back in my studio. But for now, here we go. I am at the end of my C. So I have done the outline. And now I'm going to finish this off. Okay, final stitch. And I'll take it through the same hole again, or close to the same hole. And I'm going to just take it through here a couple of times. It's not going anywhere. I'm just pulling it tight. And what did I do with my scissors? Or here are my scissors. There's my little traveling case with all my needles and some thread and stuff. I do have other projects. When the kid drives, I'll stitch again. Anyhow, so that's that. And I do have this other thread that I have ready. See, do I want to make it a C? Do I want to make it something else? Let's make it something else. I might change mine. I kind of like that this looks like a little baby body or something. It's silly. So do I have a knot here? I have a knot. This is a variegated 6 strands. Again, a leftover from something. So I'm just kind of holding it, and I'm going to tack it on, I think just in 3 places. And that should do it. So I'm going this way. I'm going to do a cross first. And back. And I think, oh, I know. I'll make it sort of almost like a cross. This is in the middle. I'm going to take 1 stitch towards what I am thinking of as the head. And now I'll come up here. And there we go. So there it is. It's temporary. I can go back to this later on, maybe when I get back home. So I'm going to just snip this off. And there it is. There's my page for the day. Very simple, fast, not so beautiful, because I had this big tangle here, and maybe if I was in a car, not in a car, I wouldn't have happened to have that tangle. But there it is, my little stitch project for Earth Day, for Earth Month, the second one, and there's 28 more to go. So thank you for joining me here. I will post this so anybody who's missed it can watch it, and eventually I do plan on posting these on my YouTube channel. All right, I hope you'll join me. Do yours, tag me, let me know you're doing this. Thanks so much for being here.